Hello and welcome back. Susan Zumo here, intuitive and originator of soul patterning harmonics. Before we get started, I just want to take a moment and thank everyone for watching the videos, for liking them, for sharing them. My purpose here is to uplift others, give you wonderful messages to keep you going, and share this information with as many people as possible. So thank you all very, very much. You're very appreciated. Well, here we are. We're getting into December, aren't we? As we look back before we move forward, the caution that I heard this morning was to not get pulled back into the past. Look at it, examine it, release it. Don't get pulled back into it. What my guys told me this morning was at this time of year, in the month of December, while many people are looking back at the year that we've just had, they are going to dive deep into regret, into nostalgia, into desire to go back to things that were wonderful, or to waddle in the emotion of regret or sorrow for the things that didn't. We call that judgment. They wanted me to remind you that looking back is only for the purpose of acknowledgement of the year that we've accomplished, for what we've done, for what we still have to do before we turn our attention forward and move forward. They said some will look back and their desire to move back, their desire to resist moving forward, will cause many to choose to leave this planet and continue their development in a non-physical form. They said that there are many who have accomplished their purpose on this planet at this time and have decided that they will be moving forward in a non-physical way. And that's absolutely fine too. They wanted us to look at those individuals who have made those choices and to celebrate what they have accomplished and what they will accomplish moving forward. And I know that that's not easy because before we can celebrate, we have to mourn, we have to grieve, right? We have to look at all of the things that were important to us with respect to those who have decided to leave. And that's okay. That's a process that we all go through as feeling empathetic human beings. And then we move on to celebration. And we celebrate those individuals, whether they be in the human form, in animal form, in any kind of form. Maybe it's a situation that's leaving you. Maybe it's a beloved plant. I don't know. But whatever it is that is leaving your life at this time and choosing to move forward in a non-physical form, let's see if we can't celebrate that. Yes, mourn it. Yes, go through the whole grieving process and then move to celebration. For those of us who have turned our attention forward and are moving into the new frequencies of 25, what I was told was actually December is the time of love, not February. December is a time of love and giving and opening our hearts to ourselves and others. At this time of year and at this season, we want to embrace all of the love within us and all of the love that we have for all creation, for those in our lives that we cherish. This is the month of love. This is the time for us to move forward with love and to express that love into the outer world. Don't wait till February, they said. So as we start in this week of December, the guidance I was given was to begin to look forward. What is it that we want to accomplish in the coming year? What do we desire to create for ourselves and those we love? It's time to start to formulate, start to envision. Some of us call that planning. Well, I'm a planner, so I like that word. we can start to visualize, we can start to imagine, we can start to plan for all of the wonderful things that we wish to create in the coming year. We can also pray and envision wonderful things for the world as we move into the coming year. This keeps our frequency up, and this allows us to maintain our frequency on a spiritual path of growth and ascension. And that's what's vital at this time. Not the hubbub of the holiday. Yes, it's wonderful to connect with people. But remember, we said last time, this is not a time to be bringing in tons of stress and lowering your frequency with worry, expectations, and judgments. That's not what this month is about. This month is about expanding our heart frequency and keeping our spiritual bodies enlightened and strong. And we do that with love. We do that with prayer. We do that with meditation and visualization. We do that with the giving of ourselves with a loving heart. And that's what December is about. You see, February, they said, that's about romantic love. Everybody celebrates that. They didn't see that as a big deal. December's the big deal. That's when we feel the spirit of love and we extend it to others. And so as you're thinking about the year ahead, let go of any regrets or judgments about the year that's passed. It is a new beginning. It is a new start. It is a fresh opportunity for us to create what it is that we desire to create. We must uninhibit ourselves of those thoughts, those patterns that may be holding us back. And so you see, as we embrace those new frequencies and breathe in those new energies, we want to invigorate ourselves with pure light. We want to keep our frequency up. Go find those holiday things that lift your spirit. Maybe it's a tune. Maybe it's a hymn. Maybe it's an opportunity to go outside and breathe the cold, clean air. Maybe it's an opportunity to change something in your home, to bring light into your body. It could be anything that lifts your spirit. This may be the time for you to actually look at beginning a new course, beginning a new book, learning something that lifts your spirit, something that you can use later on in the year to be of service to others. This is the time for planning, for formulating, for bringing all those things into place that will be right where you need them when we get into 25 so that you can start. You don't want to wear yourself down to the point where the month of January becomes a recuperation month because you're totally exhausted from December. Start out the month feeling strong, filled with light, filled with love, and ready to go. Next year is going to be a whirlwind. That's what they said. It's going to be a whirlwind. I know, every year has been a whirlwind, and things are going to continue. The world is moving forward. We are in the ascension process. It's only going to get faster and faster. There is an urgency to this planet ascending. There is an urgency within us to move forward. And that's a good thing, because sometimes we need that urgency to move us along. We can sometimes get in a state of inertia and just want to hang there. And that's okay for a little while, but that time has really passed. So maybe in your personal life, you're in a quiet cycle, you're in a resting cycle, but we know that cycles change, and we know that it is going to change. And so even if you are in a resting cycle right now, this is a time to prepare, a time to research, a time to formulate and visualize. If this is an active cycle for you, that's great, because as you move forward and become more active, you will see those things that you have planned come to fruition. If you are in a upheaval cycle where things are starting to fall apart, celebrate that, because that means that new things will be coming in as old things collapse and are brushed away. Every cycle that we involve ourselves in has a purpose and a beauty to it. And if we are willing to see that purpose and beauty, we can move through them with grace, strength, light, and yes, love for ourselves and everything in the world that is happening to us. Now is the time to shift perspective and focus in the direction that we desire to move in. If you desire to move backwards, that's great and that's fine for you. Eventually, your attention will turn and you will move forward. How long will that take? As long as it needs to take. I don't know. For those of us who are focused forward, we will put our feet on that path and we will start to move in the new year. And it's going to be absolutely wonderful. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that you are too. If you would like guidance before you move into the new year, reach out to me. I have classes starting up next year. I'm working on some new things that I'll be putting out, and I'm here for that. And that's my purpose. And so remember that you are never alone. You are never unsupported. And even if you are not able to connect with physical beings, such as myself or others, you have unseen help. As I'm speaking to you, I can feel my guides stepping in closer, my soul family, my higher self. And I invite them to come in close and support me and give me the comfort that I need and the courage that I find within myself to move forward, because I don't know what's ahead. I can intuit, I can feel, and I can postulate what I think might be ahead based on what I know. But I don't know everything, and it's still the unknown for me. I know how things will end. I don't necessarily know how we'll get there. And so I also need support and courage, and I need to be loved by Creator Source and connect with that. And I know that you do too. If you need to, reach out to me. If you want to, drop comments. If there's something you want me to go ahead and address or ask my guys to talk about, let me know. But until next week, I hope that you have a peaceful, beautiful, wonderful week with many blessings.